Okay, Debian and Ubuntu is the suitable Linux operating system for install Koha. Anyway, it does not work with Red Hat and CentOS Fedora because they specifically focus on Debian or Ubuntu. The Red Hat, CentOS Fedora is very popular in India because we think that why we cannot install Koha on CentOS or Fedora. CentOS is the community edition of Red Hat. Then suppose if you install Ubuntu or Debian, we have to be careful about choosing desktop. Desktop means the graphical interface of Linux. Different kinds of interfaces available, for example, Genome, KDE, XFCE. Depends upon the hardware with you. You have to choose the ideal desktop match with your hardware. Suppose you have a very old computer, low profile processor and a low power processor, you have to choose a lightweight desktop, for example, XFCE. Suppose you have enough memory, enough storage, a new system, you can choose beautiful desktop like Genome and KDE. Then choose supported version of Debian or Ubuntu. So they will mention, Koha developers will mention that each version of Koha, which Debian or Ubuntu it support. I will show here in their Koha wiki. Koha wiki is their website. They will mention that the particular version of Koha, the latest version of Koha, work smooth with which version of Linux based operating system. For example, Ubuntu 20.04. For example, if you are using Debian, it will work with Debian 10. But as per latest version, Ubuntu, it works with Ubuntu 22.04. It works with Debian 11. And we have to make sure that which is the latest version of operating system supported by Koha. It does not work with the old edition of Ubuntu, for example, Ubuntu 16.04. Suppose you bought a computer and this hardware supplier, they don't know about Ubuntu editions. They will install old Ubuntu 16.04 on your PC. The latest versions of Koha does not work on 16.04 or 18.04. And we have to know about these changes. Okay, suppose your system is old, choose a lightweight desktop like LXQT or XFCE. Otherwise, suppose if you are using Ubuntu is a friendly, very user-friendly Linux-based operating system. They have their own flavor, different flavor. For example, Ubuntu with XFCE edition is called X Ubuntu. Ubuntu with LXQT edition is called L Ubuntu. Okay, each Ubuntu flavor has their own website. Just visit the website and download the specific flavor and install on your PC. Okay, flavor only difference is their desktop look and feel. The base is Ubuntu, that will not change. See, this is the Ubuntu with the Genome desktop. This is a familiar one, purple color. If you search in Google, this is the default page we will get. Actually, this is Ubuntu with the Genome desktop. It will eat your computer resources too much. It need minimum 4 GB RAM and 2 GHz dual core processor. But i3 processor and 8 GB is ideal. It takes too much computing resources to run. It is very beautiful. This beautification eat your computing resources. See what will happen. Suppose your old system, if you install Ubuntu Genome on a low profile computer, your old computer cannot handle the big operating system. It will make your system very slow. See, some of your technicians or computer supplier may install Ubuntu with the Genome. It's very heavy for your system. They don't know the difference between different Ubuntu flavor. This is the X Ubuntu desktop, very minimal. I like this one. If you want to download it, It has a different website. Visit xubuntu.org. You can download it. Ubuntu has long-term support edition and interim support edition, short-term support edition. We have to make sure that we download Ubuntu long-term support edition, LTF, LTS, long-term support. 22, it releases every 2 years. The last one is 22.04 that install it on 2022 April. The next will release on 2024 April. It has their own dedicated website. We have to visit there and download it. I will show it. Xubuntu. Then you can directly check it. Xubuntu ZD image. See. Xubuntu CD image. Otherwise, you can search for Xubuntu 22.04 CD image. Okay, this one. Click on it. Download this one, 2.9 G. Suppose you want a very minimal edition, it will make your system more fast. One more edition is available, that is Xubuntu Mini. That is called Xubuntu Core. Core is very minimal image. I mean, its size is very low. It will not take too much space. Very low. I mean, very small footprint. Xubuntu Core. You can if you use any lightweight Ubuntu, we can divert the hardware power to working of Koha. It will not, the Ubuntu system will not eat too much of your computing resources. Okay, hardware selection for Koha. This thing we have to learn. Okay, anyway, suppose your library has no system. If you would like to buy a new hardware, your principal told you that prepare a system specification to buy hardware to install Koha. Anyway, consider budget, the number of records you have and the usage and the transaction to be handled by Koha. Based on that, we can decide the hardware, what kind of hardware we need. So for example, you have 50,000 books, about 1,000 users, daily 200 transactions. You can buy a PC with i5 processor. Then we can consider the latest generation of i5, that is 11th generation. Then 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM is enough. Then you can buy a fast storage like SSD storage. It makes your system more fast. Then we can choose desktop, workstation, server, and cloud. I will tell you in details what is the difference between workstation, server, and cloud. Suppose your system, you have no UPS and not required to make available OPAC in the internet. You can install Koha in a desktop computer. Desktop computer does not work for 24 hours. Usually at the opening time of the library, they switch on. At the end of the working hours, they will switch off the desktop computer. Workstations are a heavy duty version of desktop computer. It comes with a more heavy duty processor. Server computer architecture suitable to work with 24/7 time. I mean, basis on for 24 hours work. Okay, better for make available Koha on local network or internet. Then cloud, we can hire cloud and deploy Koha on the cloud. Then select the hardware and accessories suitable to work with Debian or Ubuntu. Earlier, Linux operating systems, most of the hardware does not support Linux operating system. At that time, we have had to careful, but these days, most of the computer hardware support Linux operating system. We can easily install Ubuntu or Debian. So in the case of printer, suppose you want to buy a printer suitable to print both normal paper and sticker paper for spine label and barcode. Uh, be careful to purchase a printer, work on Ubuntu operating system. Most of the printer models support Ubuntu and other Linux-based operating system. Anyway, HP printer is very friendly to Linux-based operating system. Try to buy HP printer, laser printer. Then hardware selection for Koha. How to prepare a detailed specification to give purchase order or tender or quotation. First, prepare a precise system configuration by computer. For example, what kind of processor type you want. We have to mention there Intel Core i5. Don't mention only Intel. Intel is a brand name. Brand name is company name. Core is a series name. i5 is the generation name. Then different generation is available 11, 10, 11, 12. You have to suppose, and you can find in their website which is the latest generation. You can mention there Intel Core i5 generation 11. Otherwise, they will supply an old computer with the i5 8th generation. Okay, they will charge the same price. Then processor speed we have to mention. For example, processor comes with different speed. For example, 3.1 gigahertz, 2.7 gigahertz, 3.5 gigahertz. We have to check in their website what are the speeds available. Then RAM size. You can mention there based on the transaction and other records number, 8 GB, 16 GB RAM we can specify. To how to find an ideal specification, don't worry about. You can search in computer manufacturer website. For example, Dell desktop computer. Visit their website where we can see different kinds of desktops with the processor. We can find the specification and prepare a system ideal for you. For example, Tower. Tower is the this kind of website is called Tower. Then processor i5. Then 12th generation. This is the 12th generation of i5. That's the latest one. Each generation has improvements. It gives you good speed. See RAM 60 GB. SSD storage. I will tell you in detail what is SSD storage. This is a fast storage. Okay. See the specification. Processor 12th generation Intel Core i5. You can click on it and see the detailed specification of the PC. See, you can see there spec. See, 12th generation Intel Core i5, 6 core, cache is 18 to 18 MB, 2.50 gigahertz speed. Okay, if you want a similar system, you can note down this feature and prepare your spec. In the case of operating system, no need to mention Windows. You can mention there either Linux or free DOS. Otherwise, they will supply computer with the Windows operating system. We have to charge. They will charge you the price of the Windows operating system too. You have to mention there the operating system, free DOS or Linux. Then memory, 16 GB memory. This is the speed. Then storage, hard drive storage, 512 GB SSD storage, NVMe. This is the fastest storage. Okay, this way we can prepare, we will get an estimated price. See why we need to choose SSD storage, solid state drives over traditional HDD storage. See, this is the difference between SSD and HDD. HDD is a traditional storage. See its structure, its both working is different. See, HDD is working on a spindle. It takes time to read and write the storage. But SSD is same like a pen drive. Okay, so SSD is faster. SSD is old, HDD is old one. Its speed rate is very high, 550 MB per second. So SSD storage is little bit higher than HDD. Anyway, it's day by day its price is decreasing. Its storage size start from 64 GB. I will show you how can we buy it from online. For example, Flipkart. Suppose you have an old system. If you want to replace storage from HDD to SSD, you can buy it from Flipkart. SSD storage, internal storage. See the price. 500 GB price is 2,300. Earlier 64 GB we had to pay 3,000 rupees. Now its price is decreased. Suppose your laptop has very slow, you can replace HDD to SSD. You can buy SSD from Flipkart or Amazon and go to the laptop repairing center. They will replace it. Okay. Then difference between desktop and workstation. Suppose you have a lot of records and you need a heavy duty system. We can choose workstation. Workstation comes with a more powerful processor and other components. See, workstation PC available. We can buy ready-made workstation PCs. Each manufacturer their own brand names available, sub brands available. For example, Dell Precision, that's a workstation series from Dell computer. Then ThinkStation from Lenovo, Z from HP. You can check their website and make sure that which workstation is ideal for your purpose. See, really need a server class computer. Suppose you have planned to make available Koha on a network, you can choose a server class computer. Does not costly, does not too much cost. This server class computer, various categories available. For example, you can buy a basic server computer for your medium level collection. We can check how much is the price of a basic server. HP one processor server series is HP Proliant ML10. That's a basic server computer. For example, in our library, about 3 lakhs books we have. We bought a basic server. It cost about 60,000 rupees. A desktop computer price is the price of the see this one. When we buy a server computer, we have to specify we need a tower server or some other server. When we buy a tower server, we will get only the tower. We will not get any monitor or mouse. Okay, we have to buy it separately. Its price about 50,000 rupees. See, its processor is different. For server class machine, Intel Xeon processor using. For desktop computer, Intel Core series processor using. This is built for 24-hour non-stop work. Okay, server computers are not suitable for switch on in the morning and switch off in the evening. I experienced that many libraries bought server computer. They treated it as a desktop computer. In the morning they switch on, in the evening they switch off. That will it will affect the life of the server computer. Actually, that is not for desktop purpose. It is for 24-hour services. Okay, these days cloud is very reasonable price, available with very reasonable price. We can free from hardware maintenance inside the library. Very difficult to maintain server inside the library, but cloud is very affordable these days. More cloud service providers available. For example, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, DigitalOcean, many service providers available. We can different kinds of machines with a lot different specifications is available, and we can choose machines or server configuration based on our purposes. I will tell you, I will show you here. See, Amazon, a trial for testing purpose, you can hire a you will get Amazon cloud for trial purpose. No need to buy anything. Just if you have a credit card or debit card, you can just add it. They will not charge anything. A free trial is available. AWS, Amazon Web Service. EC2, Elastic Computing. It's a kind of computing service they provide. We can hire a machine. We can choose the specification of the machine. This is the instance I hire. I hire this instance for try to install DSpace. If you want to create a new instance, click on see the different instance type. See there different instance type, how many CPUs, architecture, GB, 1 GB memory is available. This is suitable to run websites. See, it's rent 0.116 USD per hour. We can check, convert it into Indian rupees, USD to INR. 95 paise per hour. That's a price, very cheap. If you want to install Koha, you can, a very small collection, you can choose a machine with 2 GB memory, otherwise 4 GB memory. This is the price. Okay, there is another service provider Digital Ocean. I also hired a Digital Ocean. I hired a virtual machine. Virtual machine means a hardware virtually available. 4 GB memory to install this Koha. If you want to apply command, no desktop will be there. You can start command line. You will get a PC, cloud PC. This is the IP address. See, I installed Koha there. This is the IP address port. It will work on there. Then to apply commands, click on Droplet Console. Same like a Linux terminal, it will work. You can apply commands here. The main difference is that it's not physical, it's virtual. Your server is residing somewhere else. You manage the server from your laptop. This is the terminal of my server I hire. You can apply the commands like sudo apt update. Update there. It's very fast. Updating is very fast. The same commands we can apply, we can install anything. Sudo apt upgrade. This way we can manage very easy. You can try also. Trial run is available. You can add your credit card. They will in advance they will charge 425 rupees. But after 1 week, see there 59 days trial available. You will get a $200 credit. After 1 week, they will return your 420 rupees back. If you don't want to hire permanently, they will return you the money. But in government institutions, we cannot directly buy this cloud. For learning purpose, you can hire it. Anyway, after the class, you can try to hire a trial version of trial edition of any cloud server. Then Koha release schedule. Every 6 months, a new major version will come. That is in May and November. Based on that, its release version name will coin. For example, May, a version arrive in May. For example, 2022 May version number will 22.05. 00 means minor updates. After a major updates every month, minor updates will come. 22.05, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the minor update. That's called a bug fix. Every month a bug fix release will come. More update come, each version will become more stable. Anyway, visit koha-community.org website for announcements and a readme file. Koha has different versions available. First is stable release. That's the latest release. The current latest release is 22.11. That's released in November 2022. The previous version is called old stable. That is 22.05. Then old stable. For production purpose, prefer to use old stable or old stable. The latest versions may contain bugs. Don't use it for production purpose. For time being, you can use it. One is beta version, that is called unstable version. You can check there what are the changes in each version of Koha. Visit the Koha website, koha-community.org. See, this is the news regarding each version. Koha 22.0510 released. This is the readme file. We can check the readme file. What are the new changes in the latest version? What are the bugs fixed? Very minute things they mentioned there, list out there. Then installation steps. Koha Wiki updates frequently and adds timely changes to installation instructions. We have to strictly follow Koha Wiki installation page where we can find the latest instructions. Then if you have a Koha running on it, don't play on it. You can use a spare system if you want to learn Linux and Koha. Otherwise, you can make use VirtualBox to try and learn Linux and latest Koha. VirtualBox is a machine. We can make use it for testing or trying, create a virtual images and install Ubuntu and other things inside the hard disk without disturbing the existing installations of Koha. These are the different methods of installation. One is install using Debian or Ubuntu packages. It means Koha has a repository. You have to connect that repository, software repository, into your Ubuntu. It has Koha in deb format, Debian format. We can install it directly into your Ubuntu or Debian. That's the easiest method to install. Second is install using Git. Git means we can install using from source code. That's this method followed by the expert people, preferred by developers. The same way tarball. Tarball means each version source code compress it in a tar file. We can make use it for installation. Anyway, first method is easiest one. Install using Debian or Ubuntu packages. Koha receives monthly updates. We have to update our system every month and we have to install the latest update. And also Debian or Ubuntu operating system receive update. We have to frequently update it. We have an internet connection. We can apply the command. It will regularly update it. Then database structure also changes. A new feature add. They will make space for that new feature. They also make changes on the database structure. Then many Koha users don't know which version of Koha they're running. In the Koha about page, you can check which version of Koha running. You can see there which version of running there and which operating system using. I will show you here Koha interface about Koha. See there the version I installed there, previous version 22.0510. Then Perl modules. These are the modules supported to Koha. These are give some extra features. System information. If any warning or any other alerts with the Koha, it will display here. I will share the slides after the class. You can go through it. I will tell these things coming classes. How to request a help from the Koha community. Suppose if you got a problem or any error, you can take the screenshot with the error message. You can tell in detail what's the problem, which version of Koha, which Ubuntu system using, in which module the error happened with message. You can first you can search in Google using using that query include the error message. Suppose that problem may be already solved, you can find solution from Google itself. This solution may be you can find in the Koha discussion groups. Otherwise, no problem arrived, you can post it in email discussion forum, otherwise Facebook page. Okay, give the maximum details in simple words. Suppose someone have a knowledge about this problem, they will help you. Koha uses as a first phase, it goes on. Need to keep in touch with the developments. Then only we can manage it successfully. Koha homepage is a resourceful place. We can find links to various pages. Then we have to follow Koha community newsletter. I will show here. That comes with a lot of information. See Koha community newsletter. A lot of tips, tricks they will mention here. Koha tips and tricks. Lot of information we can fetch. See. A new feature, see, available with the Koha 22.11, that is ERM module. They will give you detailed tutorial on what is ERM module, how it works it. Very helpful. Then release notes, very detailed notes. What are the changes in the latest version? Koha wiki page. Then Bugzilla. Bugzilla is a place where we can report error. They will fix it soon. Database schema we will see with the report module, mailing list, Facebook group, and the blogs. Then conclusion, we need a good homework for Koha implementation. It's an open source one. We need to learn a lot of things, but we have to get a background information regarding this software. Then only we can give guidance to others to implement it. Suppose you are a head of the institute. Suppose you want to install the software. Suppose you have a technical persons there. So if you acquire background information, you can guide them how to install it. Anyway, we have to nurture or learn these things from library school. Then only we can learn these things very early stages of our career. Anyway, it's a free software. Nobody help you to inside your library. We need more commitment. If you help others, we can expect help from others. Suppose if you find a problem, others will definitely help you. This is a learning and sharing culture is necessary. This is an integral part of free software community. Learning and sharing culture is very necessary. If you ready to help others, you can learn a lot of things from others' experience through discussions. Actually, people with the curiosity, we have to develop a curiosity, learn latest developments and latest things. Many opportunities available, many training is going on online and offline. A lot of resources, free resources available. We can learn from such resources. If any doubts regarding the things I mentioned here, please feel free to ask.
Myself Jagannath Prasad, sir.
Welcome.
I have a question regarding Koha.
Okay.
Sir, I am using Koha, but I have faced some problem in OPEC customization. OPEC customization. How can I solve that thing, sir?
What kind of problems you facing? Actually, OPEC is a I will show you the OPEC here. After installation, we will get a very raw OPEC. Koha give you lot of place for customization. One is header. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here you can place the header image.
Actually, sir, I cannot set my binary. I have created 3 types of binary, but through custom administration and through tools, I will apply both of method, but I cannot mm, change opaque banner.
Okay, actually, this is a tricky method. Anyway, while I will cover those things, how to place an opaque. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then
Okay.
see there. Please.
Yes, sir. One more question, sir. Is there any limitation of books entry in the Koha?
No limitation, because suppose based on the limitation, you can increase the power of the hardware. For example, if you hire a cloud, the existing starting size is 4. Your number of records increase. You can scalable. You can increase 4 to 8 GB.
Okay.
Suppose if we are maintain a physical server, tower server, but in our case, we have only 8 GB RAM. We added one more 8 GB at increased this RAM size up to 16 GB. Now our server is very fast.
Yes, sir. So,
But in the case of cloud, we can scale. For example, you can increase the processing power, you can increase the RAM size. These things possible with the cloud. In physical machine, in certain extent, it's possible.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Somebody complained that this site is not working there, but it's working here. Please check in your PC, and may I know how many people didn't get no, this URL? Okay, one question in the comment box. Which Linux version you will suggest for this workshop and even in long term use of Koha? It depends upon how many records you have, how many transactions, how many users. In our library, we have about 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs records. We have 20 libraries. We have created 20 library branches, about 5,000 users, about more than 500 transactions per day. We have a basic server, Proliant HP Proliant series machine, 16 GB RAM, and Xeon processor. That's enough. But if you want to suppose transactions is very high, records are 5 lakhs, we have to enhance its capacity. Anyway, the life of a server is 5 to 8 years. We have completed 8 years. Our server completed. We have no plan to buy a server again. We are plan to host our Koha into our cloud system. Our university has Amazon cloud. We have hired. We plan to move our Koha from our physical machine to cloud. Anyway, take decisions. We have to learn these things. We have to build this background knowledge. Then only we can guide our sysadmin and our convince our institute authority to take decisions. Otherwise, others will take decisions, and that will end in crisis. Anyway, we can conclude today's sessions. Tomorrow we start with the hands-on training of Koha.
Okay, sir. We'll all discuss tomorrow.
Yeah,
nice session, sir. Good. Thank you.
Yeah, I have shared 2 books in the group. One is Koha book, one is Linux book.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I got it. Got it, sir.
Book.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you all of you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.